Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Rider Zero Spike back again once again, and today people, today we have for Kamen Rider Geats episode 32. And let me tell you something, this episode right here was a good one. This episode right here, the bad guys won, evil prevailed in this episode, and it had Geats lost in this episode. Geats is wow, he got set up. Nerum got set up. Everybody just gets set up, and Archimetal, the true colors, and his plan that came out. It's a whole thing out here. It's weird. It's weird. It had the tension. It had emotion. It had the battles. It was the bad guys won. The return of some Jamato and Archimedel's true plan, and even Bedaba's true plan. Everybody, you know, and Daichi, he's just here just to be the four-eyed guy in the back with the ponytail. But yeah, it was a lot. So let's get started. So in this episode, we basically see, oh yeah, and also the return of Jin. Jin comes back in this episode as well, and we get to see the return of Kamen Rider Zen. I know it's Kamen Rider. Oh God, excuse me. I know it's Kamen Rider Jin, but it's spelled out Zen. Z-I-N. And I like saying Zen because Zen sounds cooler. And we got too many Kamen Rider Jins. We got a lot of those. We even got a Kamen Rider Jin from the last series. So I'm calling him Jin. Oh, dang it. Damn it. I'm calling him Kamen Rider Zen. Suit's ugly, but great power and good color scheme. But anyway, let's get down to it. So in this episode, we basically see that a lot went down in this episode, and we see that that Geats is distraught. Geats is very distraught about his mom actually being the goddess of creation, and he's talking with Buffa, and Buffa basically tells him that, hey, I got rid of Tycoon, and now it's just me and you. And so Buffa gets ready to fight Geats, and Geats is like, why should I fight you? What's the point of me fighting you? And like Buffa's like, to survive, of course. The hell, like I'm ready to take you down right freaking now. And out of nowhere, we see the fish Jamato, but it's Archimetal, because you know that Archimetal basically became the fish sword Jamato thing. Yeah, he basically become that, and he attacks Buffa. And while he's attacking Buffa, he tells Buffa that, like, I'm gonna eliminate the both of you, and I'm gonna give the Jamato the ideal world that that they all deserve. And he starts attacking him, and they ended up fighting. They ended up kind of fending him. Well, they ended up fending him off and things like that. And we get a scene back when they're back in the Jamato, the little Jamato greenhouse base warehouse, wherever the hell it is. And Archimetal is, Archimedel's going off on Daichi and Bedaba, and he's like, and Archimedel's like, I never saw that guy as an ally anyway, and I thought it'd just be a good time just to freaking get rid of him. And then Daichi's like, well, you kind of just said, hey, you bided your time to show that you're a traitor, and he's like, no, Bedaba's the traitor. She doesn't love the Jamato. She doesn't love the Jamato and stuff like I do. She's a hag and all this other stuff. And he basically tells him that, yeah, I'm not in it for, I'm not in this just to watch other people's memories. I love the Jamato, and I'm gonna create the ideal world for them, no matter how long it takes. Yeah, so Archimedel's gone. Basically, he's like, yeah, screw you guys, I'm going home. And yeah, so Bedaba, we get the the thing where, hey, maybe she's probably like, the body that she's in right now probably isn't even her real body. She's probably like this old woman, using this as an avatar, things like that. So we get to see how Geats, he wants to we see that he does talk to Jin. Well, he does talk to Jin, and Jin is, Jin has taken his taking the laser riser away from him. He took it when Archimetal attacked, and he did fight Archimetal and end up kicking, basically making Archimetal run off. So right now Geats does not have his does not have, you know, Jin stuff. So he does. So we see a we get a conversation between Geats and Jin. Jin basically tells him how he did some digging on the DGP before all of this, and he says that, hey, the DGP was not this at first. The way it is now, it wasn't like that at first. At first, it was just a, you know, it was like a battle. It was like just a battle royale type thing where if you won, you are given this like golden coin, like a medal, things like that. Basically, kind of like some like the Olympics. They even showed how it looked. It was like a bunch of Spartans fighting each other in some fiery wasteland. It was so metal. It was metal as hell. So, if you won, you basically got this golden coin, and we see that it basically looks like the same Roman. The coin that they have basically looks like the same Roman coin that Geats has. So, after a while, he says that at first you didn't have to, you know, bet your life on the you didn't have to like bet your life on the game and things like that. And but then the everything kind of got weirder when, you know, they end up obtaining the goddess of creation, and they end up creating the Jamato. And, you know, the same old stuff we know, like the DGP created the Jamato to be used and things like that, you know, and they basically upgraded over time to basically like revitalize the games multiple times, like rebooting the game and stuff like that over and over, just to get more, I guess, ratings and stuff like that, to get audiences like really liking everything again. And, you know, Geats goes and he talks to Niram, who's sitting there eating snails. He's eating the snails like straight out of the shell. They're cooked, but it's like, wow, what dish is this? What is this called? But anyway, he goes and talks to him. He says that, hey, you know, I need to. He said, hey, I need to go talk to the God. I need to see the goddess of creation with my own eyes. And he's like, well, how about you just go get the one? Just go get the vision driver that's been taken away. And Geats is like, oh, how about you just give me yours? And he's like, nah, bro, I can't do that and whatever. If you want to get the answers that you want, go fight for it. So Geats is like, all right, cool, bet, I'm out. Let's do it. So, Niram is we see that Niram's secretary. She comes up and talks to him and says that, hey, Kurama is like demanding to speak with you. So he goes and talks to Neon's dad, which we haven't seen any of Neon at all. With the past, you know, since the last episode, when she found out she was actually, you know, a wish thing. But he, you know, he basically tells him, he said, hey, how come you haven't, like, how long are you gonna keep all this stuff going on between like my daughter and all this other stuff? He's like, hey, how about you just, he's like, and Niram's like, okay, how about you just, you know, how about I just erase your memories and you live with your daughter genuinely? And he's like, no, that's not what I created her for. And I'm like, oh, you're a terrible father. So Niram basically says, you know, you might as well do it. I mean, like, we're not gonna play into your hand. We're not really gonna play into your hands anymore, because after we get the vision driver back, we're leaving this era, and we're erasing everyone's memories, and we dipping. So that's basically what Niram says. Like, Niram is playing like the cool MF in this episode. He's like, yeah, he's like drinking, giving people wine and stuff like that, just talking, just talking ish to people. You know, he's like, hey man, you want this? Go get it. And then he tells Kurama, he's like, hey man, you want this? Hey man, you want to see what happens? Shut up and sit down. All right, watch this stuff. So after that, Niram leaves, and we don't see Kurama for the rest of the episode. So after that, Geats actually goes off and he's getting ready to fight Buffer. But before that, we see Buffer speaking with Beroba. After she says that, he's like, he asked her, why did you recruit me in the first place? And she was like, well, she's like, I got tired of seeing winners win all the time, so I just put my trust in a loser. And he was like, nah, you don't like me. You just like watching me suffer. And she's like, yeah, kinda. But even Archimedo like said it before, like, you know, she's definitely like falling in love with you. Like, she's definitely crushing on you hard. And that's why Archimedo considers her a traitor, because she's crushing on this Kamen Rider, even though she's supposed to hate Kamen Riders and be on the Jamato side, and she is the Jamato supporter and things like that. So we see that Buffer, he leaves, and she says that that they basically made that whole little plan of setting everybody up. But after that, we see Buffer gets, the game has started again. We see Buffer gets ready to fight Geats, and we get a cool like one-on-one fight between the two. We get the original Geats back with Geats is like basic Geats is base form after he received the boost buckle from Jin earlier in the episode. And we see regular zombie, like regular Buffer, his regular zombie form, and they go at it. And this is a really cool fight, man. It's a pretty cool freaking fight. Like, they going at it, they fighting and stuff like that, Geats is trying to get the vision driver back from Buffer. Pretty good fight going on, and after that we see that Buffer lands like that finishing blow on Geats, and Geats basically pretends to get beaten. He ends up shooting Buffer with his gun like under like some rubble. He ends up shooting Buffer, and he's like, "Oh, you pretended to lose just so you can get the vision driver?" He was like, "Yeah, I mean, come on, come on, man, it's me, man. Come on, man, I'm a fox. I trick people and stuff." So he ends up we see that Geats ends up getting the boost driver. Where the duck did I get that? Anyway, we see that Geats ends up getting the vision driver. He ends up getting the vision driver and actually going to the hall of Hall of the Cornerstone. This isn't Kingdom Hearts. He going in the main hall of seeing the goddess of creation in her statue form. And he's speaking with her. He said, "I spent 2,000 years looking for you, and I finally get to see you." He said, "Why can't you speak to me? Can you talk?" and stuff like that. We see that Niram actually gets there. He's in there with her. In there with them. And he asks him, like, "Hey, did she want this? Like, did she do this of her own fruition? Like, did she want this? Like, how did she get this way?" After she, retired as a navigator, because Jin also gives Geats that information. He says, "How did you know? How did she get like this?" and things like that. "Did she want this?" And Niram's like, "Everything we have in this world is from her will." And Ace is like, "You're lying. You're lying to me, bro. My mama didn't want this. Y'all did this to her. Y'all captured her and turned her into this." And he was like, and then he's like, "Hey, man, don't even worry about it. You know why? Because he said, forget all about it. Just forget everything that's happened here, and we gonna erase your memories and just live your life, man. You the star of stars. You got this beautiful life. You're rich and all this other stuff, man. Just forget all of this and live a happy life." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "Nah, man, it ain't going down like that." So that's when we get a battle ensues, and Niram's like, we're gonna reset this world. We're gonna leave. And things like that, and that's when they both henching up and they are fighting each other. We get a cool battle. Since Geats does not have the Razorizer, he just turns to regular Mark II, and that's when they start battling. We see that Geats cannot get past Niram's defenses. Like, he can't get past those eyes and things, like he can't get past them. So while they're still fighting and things like that, we see that the jet lag starts to affect Geats again, and that's when Jin comes in. He ends up giving him. That's when he gets the jet lag, and while all this is happening, the new game, the next round of the game is actually starting with the Jamato, big giant Jamato goddess thing in the sky. I stop and still out here playing the actual game, and we see that a bunch of people are standing on the circles and things like that, and some people end up getting caught. We see that Niram actually pushes Geats inside of the hole, pushes him inside the hole. Then that's when Jin comes in, throws him the Razorizer. That's when Geats henches up into his ultimate form, current ultimate form, and starts battling Niram zero gravity inside of this hole. While they're battling each other, we see that Buffer makes his appearance. He's like, "Yeah, this is perfect. We can do this. He sees both of them fighting down there. He ends up using his ultimate attack to call forth these giant red hands that grab Niram and Ace, pull them down, and they end up getting turned into bubbles and absorbed by the Jamato Queen, or the Jamato goddess. And all the other people during the game as well who weren't on the right colors also get turned into bubbles and absorbed by the Jamato goddess, except for Sarah. Except for Sarah, Keiwa's sister, who she was able to stay alive because she landed on the right color, which was black. Yeah, but so she ended up staying on that, and then she is up surviving the game. But that's when the Jamato goddess actually fades away, and all that are left are these three giant glowing lights. So after that, that's when Geats and Niram, they both ended up dropping both the vision drivers, and that's when Buffa and Betuba walk up and grab both of the vision drivers, saying that this was all part of their plan to basically set up Geats and Niram to get them to fight each other, so Buffa could come in and finish them off at the same time, now that nothing is basically standing in their way of that. So Jin is like, duck. So he ends up Buffa ends up going to the gods of creation and using having his wish granted, which was destroy all Kamen Rider and the world as he resets, and we get a new game which is called the what was it called, the DRR, a whole new logo and everything. We get to see a brand new game master, and he shows off a bunch of new ID cores. And apparently this is a new game in a new world where the Kamen Riders are the enemies, and it's a race to like basically defeat them all. And in the next episode, we don't see Ace, we don't see Keiwa, we don't see Neon. We just see their ID cores, and the main character of this is gonna be Jin trying to get everyone back. And but we don't see anybody. And also we see the return of Neon's two butler dudes that were always chasing her around. We see them come back, and they're able to we see them actually hitching up. So maybe two of those ID cores are going to be them. Most likely 2 of those ID cores are going to be them. And we see Punk Jack, or Panda Jack. His ID core was also there, so maybe we'll see the return of Panda Jack after he was, hacked by Comrade Glare. But yeah, man, that's it. In next episode, we're gonna see Buffa with a brand new freaking form, which was weird. But yeah, man, this episode was freaking dope. Even though we saw a lot of the heroes lost in this episode, but even though we saw them lose, I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen next. Cause is this whole Jamato thing? Do the Jamato have their own ideal thing now? Cause we saw all the Jamato that were destroyed come back to life. Even Toro, Plant Toro as I call him, he comes back to life and he wakes up at the same place he died at. What was it, some Thanos reverse snap stuff where you wake up in the place where you were snapped or blipped. But yeah, I'm just really interested in what's happening next. And is this new game master, who's this new game master? I don't think it's Buffa. Maybe, I mean, you could be a game master and a writer at the same time, but I don't think it's Buffa. I think it's someone. I think that now he's reshaped the world. He's most likely tried to turn everyone into his slaves or whatever. Or maybe the new game master is Archimetal. And yeah, but other than that, this episode was freaking, it was pretty good. I just want to see how Jin is going to do this. We see him and we see Jin and Cherim fighting Buffa, new Buffa. He got golden horns and stuff now. He a golden bull. He a breeding bull now. But yeah. But anyway, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode. what do you guys think the DDR is, and who do you think this new game master is, and how long do you think this is all going to last? But yeah, with that being said, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about this episode of Kamen Geats. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. And remember, stay henshined.